And now, time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher, and India advocate in this week. Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and I'm delighted to be joined by Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. There's a lot to catch up with you, Dr. Shah. Today, welcome. Namaste.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Dr. Vyas, we are continuing to have the impact of COVID-19 hovering around us, and now we hear that CDC is likely to revise its guidelines regarding mask for those who are vaccinated in America. What can you tell us about this?
Well, I think people, those who are vaccinated, when they go into the large crowd or in indoor environment, it is always advisable to wear the mask, because by doing that, because our vaccination system is an honor system, so you do not know in that crowd or unknown those people around you, they are not known to you, then you don't know whether they are vaccinated or not vaccinated. And therefore, it's always advisable and prudent thing to do to wear the mask whenever you are indoor with the large number of the people gathering. That helps you to transmit the infection from the unvaccinated people to you, or even from vaccinated people to you, and vice versa.
So what you say makes logical sense, but once CDC removed that restriction, people get into the psychology of not wearing it. Probably we'll have to revisit our habit pattern as far as observing this COVID protocol is concerned.
Yes,
And
you are right, absolutely, because it's almost 2 months now since CDC said that if you are vaccinated, there is no need to wear mask. And I think now reversing that, it will be challenging, and it's not that easy. And half of the people will follow, half of the people may not follow, and it's kind of chaos there. And so the best thing to do is they should tell that everyone who, whether they are vaccinated or not vaccinated, when they are indoor, must wear the mask. That's it, period. Rather than worrying about who is vaccinated, who is not unvaccinated, and so forth. At least now, till this Delta variant comes under control and more people get vaccinated.
absolutely makes a lot of sense. And there's a similar situation in India. Mumbai reported 343 new cases. Overall, in India, they say that there are 40,000 new cases, which is a cause of concern. And that also makes us look at the earlier announcement or projection about the possibility of third wave. What do you think about India's situation in terms of fighting COVID-19?
I think it's a real concern, because in India, the percentage of the vaccination, because of the large population, is only less than 10%. Fully vaccinated people, and therefore it's real concern. And our living condition, our kind of working condition, everything is so crowded, and therefore the chances of getting third wave surge, it's very, very possible. And therefore everyone has to back home also wear mask, whether they're indoor or outdoor, not to get together in a large crowd, and of course get vaccinated whenever you get chance to get vaccinated.
Absolutely. And now, moving towards center stage America under President Biden, we have continued investigation regarding what happened on 6th January, the attack on Capitol Hill, and there were more hearings. And so that being one process which probably needs to reach to its concluding space. But at the same time, overall, the trust that people showed for President Biden's leadership seemed to be declining. Overall, his approval rating has gone down. How do you look at President Biden's handling of economy and overall America's global image?
Well, I think overall America global image is still it's question mark because America people perceive as America as more nowadays introverted and extroverted in his policy towards the other country. And I think Biden, I mean, they have very grandiose plan, but none of those plans is still getting approved by Congress or Senate. And therefore, I think obviously people are getting kind of impatient, and that may explain the decline of the Biden's popularity.
And of course, this may not have any tangible, probably indication for comparing the impact of President Trump and President Biden. But recently, some of the gatherings that President Biden addressed in support of different candidates, it didn't draw a lot of people. Maybe there were 500 people at some places, or a few places, more than half of the hall was empty. Do you read something more in this kind of response to his physical presence from Americans?
Yeah, I think probably, I mean, you cannot read too much out of it, but depending upon the circumstances. But that shows that even being a president, the people's curiosity, president's personal charm, and ability to deliver thing in reality is diminishing. And I'm afraid that that lead to the decline in the popularity.
And now there is another important area which I would like you to share your thoughts on, that is US China relationship. And as we speak, US Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman just concluded one meeting with her counterparts in China. And Chinese version to this meeting is that there is a stalemate, and US China relationship is passing through a difficult patch. And there were several comments made by China, including saying that American politicians are making China to appear as an imagined enemy, and they also gave two lists. But overall, in terms of the position of strength of America under President Biden with respect to relationship with China, how do you foresee it?
Well, I mean, relationship between China and USA is very critical and has to be kind of work out because both are is the largest economy. America is number one, China is number two, and they have a lot of know-how, and therefore they should work out together. Work has to have do the working condition to amiable because large corporations are at stake, and therefore I think USA should do everything, and China also should do everything to make sure that both works in harmony, and that helps both country equally.
So what you said is the ideal thing, but the way things as appear on ground at the moment, America is in a difficult situation how to respond. While China is very candid in not just criticizing the American stand, but also seeking that America removes the extradition demand for Hawaii CFO Mang Wing Saw, and there are several demands which Americans take for granted that this is how America has always acted. Uh, do you see that America is likely to change its position because President Biden has criticized strongly America's China's stand on human rights in Hong Kong as well as some other places. So it's a very tough situation. Looks like for America at the moment.
Well, I mean, it looks tough, and then I think America has to, being a superpower and being a leader, yeah, America has to work. I mean, talk tough. I think in this case, I think probably what China is perceiving that President Biden is a weaker president, as compared to former president. And therefore, I think they are taking advantage of weakness of the president. And this president cannot be go aggressively or more like a bully, what President Trump used to do. And I think China sensed that blood in the water, kind of, and therefore they are acting as a very tough country and tough negotiator. So I think USA has to change their tune, become more aggressive, more tougher, and more blunt and upfront. Because USA doesn't have to lose anything because they are equally or even more than China in economy and in global influence.
I think you made a very important point. If the perception that somehow there's a soft stand of America, if China takes advantage of this soft kind of image of President Biden, then something needs to be modified. Now, moving towards India, Afghanistan, and America, uh, Taliban seem to be having a field day after America started pulling its forces out. And as we speak, US Secretary of State is visiting India, and they were also expecting Afghanistan foreign minister to come to India. But because of the situations prevailing in Afghanistan due to activities of Taliban, that visit is postponed. But overall, looks like the visit of US Secretary of State to India is to figure out a way whereby America maintains its strength in that region, especially in Afghanistan. So, your take overall, was it a, a premature decision to pull out all forces and give it away for all the work that was done back to Taliban?
Well, I don't think it's a premature. America has tried for 21 years to train the Afghanistan, and they gave almost 100%, close to 100% of their expenses, their GDP. America has pumped so much of money, almost in the trillions of dollars, into Afghanistan to make the Afghanistan more stable. But unfortunately, the Afghan government, except in the Kabul and last cities of the Afghanistan, they do not have grassroots support, and because of that, they are not having a success, and they are giving up the whole thing very quickly. And Taliban is kind of prevailing it. I mean, that's a very unfortunate thing to happen, but that's a fact of the life. And Pakistan is supporting Taliban, and India, it's also against the interest of the India. So Indian government should do something militarily to get involved in Afghanistan to save the government. Otherwise, within no time, current government will fall, and again Afghanistan will be back to kind of fanatic religious state, and which is not good for interest of the India.
Absolutely. I think both points which you made, this as well as previous point regarding China and USA, are worth noting. And as we move towards the concluding part of our conversation, moving towards India's performance in Olympics, and especially your feelings on the silver medal won on the first day by Mirabai Chanu. And now we hear that after the drug test, it is likely that she will get gold medal, because the gold medalist probably has failed that test. But the final result is yet to come. But your response to overall India's performance, in particular Mirabai's?
Well, I think, we like to congratulate Mirabai for her excellent performance and winning the silver medal. And of course, if the gold medalist gets disqualified, she will get the gold medal. But I would rather prefer Mirabai gets gold medal by itself, not by default or by someone is not. Somebody is disqualified. But anyway, this does not take away anything from the Mirabai, and she has done really great performance. We are very proud of her and her life story. What I know and what I read, it's absolutely unbelievable. She comes from the very humble background. She went through a lot of challenges and she prevailed, and that's really kudos to Mirabai. The other overall, the Olympics, still India is far behind among the all other sports, and I think Indian government should infuse a lot of fund to train this athlete, because India is now country of the young population. 45% of the people are less than 45 years of age. So India should able to create a great athletes for Olympics or any other competition. So India is good at Asian Games, but they, they usually cannot India cannot compete successfully in the international game, and therefore I think government has to revisit that their sports I mean, ministry, and see what they can do to encourage, because India at the end of the day, half of the India is middle class and well to do, but half of the India is still very poor, and this kind of athletes can be from the poor half of the India, and which needs some lot of help, financial as well as physical help to bring them up to the mark.
Absolutely wonderful suggestion, Dr. Sahab. And as we conclude, your parting words for our viewers.
Again, I mean, dear friends, really, it's our heartfelt congratulations to Mirabai Channu for winning the silver medal for India. Number two, I think still the COVID is around us. Delta variant is surging all over the world, including India. So be careful, get vaccinated, follow the guidelines, and stay wear mask in outdoor indoor situation, and don't get crowded, don't involved in the crowded situation. And that's all my suggestion to everyone. And so thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Till then, goodbye. Jai Hind. God bless America. God bless India. God bless Indian American, and God bless everyone. Thank you.